Howdy and welcome back to the shop. Good evening to y'all. Me and the helper boy have been progressing on our S10 dune buggy, and we have replaced this 100-pound air conditioner compressor with a second alternator. Now, this is a 93 S10 is what this started out, S10 pickup. And it's got the old R12 compressor on it and the old style alternator. The new alternators look like this. The old style look like the old GM alternator from ever ago. So on 96, I think, and newer, and maybe 95 and newer, they stuck the air conditioner compressor over here and the alternator over here. Originally, it was alternator over here, compressor over here. So what I did, I've got a 2000 model Blazer out back. That's my parts buggy. And I just happened to be looking at it and thinking about stuff. And it come to mind that the alternator is on the passenger side on the 2000, driver's side on the 93. So, you know, nothing doing. We're probably eventually going to have a winch down here on the front of this thing. We're going to have some big batteries and some juice to run a winch. So zip, pow, bang, there we go. Everything was just unbolt the old one, bolt the new one on there. Now I will say this is a mid-90s Chevrolet. So anything that goes into a block on a 4.3, with very rare exception, is going to be an SAE thread. Anything that goes into a bracket that is not the block is going to be a metric thread. And boy, does it ever get nice. I mean, that's just how it is. So the bolts that go into the block are 3/8 that go into the head. I should say there's 3 bolts that go into the head that hold this bracket on. Those are 3/8. These bolts here that hold the alternator to the bracket and the pulleys and stuff to the bracket, they're all metric. So that's just one of those things that you got to remember when you're working on these rigs. So this was a really easy swap. It doubled my alternator output. It seems pretty simple to me that, you know, this is never going to have air conditioning on it. Don't want air conditioning on it. So this seemed like a really a no-brainer. So in case anybody's wondering, there's the part number on the belt that fits it. The original belt, being, you know, we're using 2000 model this end of it, so the belts are different length. So the original 2000 belt is actually the same length as the 93 belt, as far as I can tell. So being we're not going around a pulley that's this big out here, we've got to use a little bit shorter belt. And this is the one that fits it. And I just took an old belt that was worn out, all cracked, and I cut it straight through and overlapped it and marked where the overlap should be. And then we just took it to the parts house, the parts man measured it and found the right belt for it. So this is just about right as far as I'm concerned. We may end up going one step smaller if this idler cams over. If it does, it does. But this is looking pretty good as far as I can tell. So I'm going to get my paint marker out and I'm going to mark the belt size on the power steering pulley. That's just one of those things that I do. That way I don't have to hunt for the belt size in case the marks end up wearing off of the belt. So, hope you all enjoyed. Thanks for following along our little adventures here. If you did like the video, give me a big fat thumbs up for taking the trouble to film it for you. And until we meet again, y'all drive safe, watch for deer.